Absolutely.
Oh, good, because it's being catered. So it's not like anybody has to cook. Can't believe we're this early. I'm always late, so I wanted to be early for a change. It was 80 on our patio today. It was so busy though, I didn't have a lot of time to sit out there. We can take another nap now.
Let me go.
Yeah. I was telling the town attorney and everyone tasting that
Who's this?
the Harvard Club. I introduced him to Stephen. And I said, Stephen went to undergraduate Harvard and graduate Harvard and Harvard Law School. I said his parents worked their tail off to put him through Harvard. Imagine how much it costs now. Probably $75,000 a year.
Very nice. I would say they,
I have a whole album, but I just wanted to show the attorney.
I was, they really great feaster. And one Scott's brother, cigars. He was, his teammates with cigars.
We can get it from Cuba.
No, he used to be in Singapore.
Oh my God.
Texaco / Shell. And they moved him back to the cigar stores.
Our friend Richard Scanlon, our classmate, he knew this lady that went to Cuba when Fidel Castro was still in power. And she put him back on with a bunch of contraband Cuban cigars.
Yeah, that's I used to. No, I don't like any of it.
I do. I mean, I like the way he French. I like her. Yeah, she's nice.
I like it. I just don't think.
They accepted the baby tomorrow. Voices from Mountain,
Yeah. I like that.
what is that? There's no stores.
Stores.
Oh, here on the green?
Yeah.
A Manihagan Road?
I like that.
I don't either.
You also,
Charity was here.
they also have
Yeah, they don't have to because, they could do it here.
where do they?
I don't know. See this one?
All set? Could I ask you to please stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's town board meeting. It is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019. First item on our agenda tonight are public hearings. The first one, I would ask the town clerk to please read the notice.
Okay. Notice of public hearing, local law number 4, 2019. Please take notice that the town board of the town of Mount Pleasant, New York shall conduct a public hearing at Town Hall, 1 Town Hall Plaza, Valhalla, New York, on April 23rd, 2019, at 8:00 p.m. to discuss a proposed local law number 4, 2019, which would amend Town Zoning Code Section 218-20.1, emergency electrical generators residential. At this meeting, all persons shall be heard. Susan Marmol, Town Clerk, Town of Mount Pleasant.
Thank you. Originally, when the town code was written regarding emergency generators, it did not include permanent emergency generators. So our building inspector and council and all that advised us that it should be inclusive because it still is an emergency use. It's not like these permanent generators are running all the time, just like the portable ones. So the idea here is to include, you don't have the restriction of the decibel readings for emergency generators in either case, whether it's permanent or portable. So that's what this amendment is all about. Anybody wishes to speak on this is welcome to do so. Pick a number. Being there no speakers in regards to this zoning amendment, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Saliano, second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. As far as Resolution 24619, approving the amendment. Need a motion?
Move for approval.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next public hearing notice, I would ask the town clerk to read.
Public hearing. Please take notice that a public hearing of the town board of the town of Mount Pleasant will take place on Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019, at 8:00 p.m. at the town hall located at 1 Town Hall Plaza, Valhalla, New York, 10595, to annex a property located at 1002 King Street, Chappaqua, New York, and designated on the tax map as section 107.05, Block 3, Lot 22, into the town of Mount Pleasant Consolidated Sewer Districts. At this meeting, all persons shall be heard. Susan Marmol, Town Clerk.
Thank you. This is a septic system that is in the watershed area. So we're always eager to get septic systems out of that area. This just will allow them to connect into, it's a low pressure sewer system which pumps up Bear Ridge Road and discharges into sanitary sewer up there. Anybody wish to speak on this topic is welcome to do so. Being there no speakers, I would entertain a motion to close this public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Ms. Hagedis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution 247, approving the annexation for 1002 King Street into the town of Mount Pleasant Consolidated Sewer District.
Move for approval.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second.
second by Ms. Hagedis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And I believe this needs a 30 days before
It will
it's,
be subject to a permissive referendum.
okay.
So we'll notice it. I'll work with the town clerk on that, and after 30 days, if there's no submission, it'll be one.
Very good. Thank you. Next item is calling for a public hearing to amend Town Code 19626 to remove the deductibility for medical and prescription costs for the disability exemption. We did this last year, but because of the timing, it wouldn't go in effect. So we have to do it again for 2019. So basically, we can set up this for, what's a good date for you?
Can we do Tuesday, May 14th? And this would be local law number 5 of 2019.
Okay, Resolution 248 will schedule a public hearing to amend Town Code 19626, local law number 5. Need a motion?
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Ms. Haggis. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to call for a public hearing to amend Town Ordinance 206-40, Schedule 6 stop intersection to add a stop sign on Whittier Drive at the intersection of Milton Drive. Situation here is if you come up Whittier Drive, if you do not stop, you would go right into a property owner's driveway right across the street. So this is a recommendation by our traffic and safety to put a stop sign there with a stop bar. So this, we can call for the public hearing on the 14th
We can do
also.
the 14th, and that will be local law number 6, 2019.
Resolution 249 will approve public hearing, May 14th.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order for Police Department carpeting. Total cost is $2,971. This is for the Police Chief's office and the Assistant's office.
Make a motion for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, purchase order 121907-2. This is the 2019 agreement with Choice Words. That is our grants coordinator. Last year, they were successful in getting us grants for the electric cars and charging stations. They also went after many other grants that unfortunately we were not successful with obtaining. We are already in the process of going after quite a few grants right now with them to try to get some assistance on some certain improvements we're trying to make throughout the town. So this resolution would approve the agreement for 2019 with Choice Words. The total of their agreement, total annual cost is $37,800.
I'd like to move for approval, please.
I'd like to second that, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley, second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next two items have to do with the North 60 development. I would ask our town attorney to give us an overview on, we'll start with number 5, approval of impressed account agreement with North 60 developer.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. As you know, North 60 is moving along at the planning board level. We're in the middle of actually beginning the secret process. As part of secret, the environmental review of the state of New York, North 60, the developer, needs to agree to pay for consulting fees that you will need to hire. They include environmental engineers, traffic engineers, planning consultants, legal advisors, etc. This is more involved than Pat, Clary, and myself can handle alone. So there are a number of consultants we need. Now, under the environmental review regulations, the developer will pay for it. So they've agreed, they've signed an agreement to do that. The first agreement will be to approve the town entered into that agreement with the developer to pay for all the consultants. And then the second action item will be to approve all of the consultants that will represent the town in the environmental review. So it'll be a two-step process, but it doesn't cost the town anything.
It's my understanding that the town has chosen these consultants to
Right,
represent
this
us.
has come from Pat Cleary. There's a number of consultants, Steve Coleman, Environmental, WASP Engineering, James Lima, Provident Design, Mr. Cleary and myself will also be involved on a day-to-day basis in this, chosen by Mr. Cleary and Mr. Smith and vetted by them. So they have worked with them before and give them a thumbs up, all these consultants. So it should be good and absolutely necessary for a big project like this, because
Yeah.
there'll be a lot of paperwork.
Definitely. All right, the first item would be then approval of impressed account agreement with North 60 Developer, Resolution 25219. Need a motion?
Motion for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is approval of North 60 agreement with the town consultants.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second.
second by Ms. Smoley. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item is authorization for the 30-day waiver, notice of on-premise liquor license for Gordo's North Restaurant Corporation. It's probably going to make a lot of people very happy. This is, I believe, in the town center.
Yes.
This is a normal procedure, the 30-day waiver. So we need a resolution to
Well,
waive.
I'll be one of those happy people and move.
And I'll
Motion
go
by
ahead and,
Mr. DiPaolo,
I'll go ahead and second that and be happy to.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is also a 30-day waiver, notice of on-premise liquor license for 110 Nanahagan LLC, doing business as Barley on the Green. That is on the Pleasantville Country Club property there.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second.
second by Ms. Haggerty. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is authorization for Diane Drive to use Town Hall parking lot. They use the restrooms and power. This is a fundraiser that they have done for quite a few years now. So this will give the authorization for them to use our parking, restrooms, and power on June 2nd, 2019.
I'd move for approval and just to thank you to Mr. Snow for once again holding a very important fundraiser in town.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is authorization to appoint Teresa Jonag to full-time status, Group 4, Step 1, as the intermediate account clerk, effective 4/24/19 at a salary as per CSEA contract. This is a much-needed assistance for our clerk's office.
Move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggerty,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And the next item is we have the receiver of taxes report on file. At this point, we have business from the floor. Anybody wish to address the board at this time is welcome to do so.
You have to sign it.
Good evening. Just had a quick question. I know Councilman DiPaolo and I kind of had like a little bit of email stuff last week because I had heard something with the comptroller's report. And I was just wondering about like where we stand in the process of looking into a creation of Department of Public Works. Just was kind of caught off guard by that because just first time I really heard it.
So I think I answered your question via email that it was an exploratory phase that our legal department was just exploring into this, what some other towns do, and that's where it's at right now. And if it were more, you would have heard about that as well.
Okay.
I thought I was pretty clear in the email.
I was just curious about it because
Right.
it was kind of like came out of the blue, so to say.
Well, it's not, If we were making a decision on it, it would be a public
Oh, yeah.
hearing and everything else. So we haven't made a decision on it. Like Mr. DiPaolo said, we're looking into it, trying to get some details before any decisions are made.
Plus, since that's the first step in the exploratory phase, it would, so to speak, be not something that's publicized yet. If it were to go further, obviously, that's where it becomes,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
More-
referendum vote and so forth for department
well,
consolidation.
yeah, I don't even know if that's the case for that, to be honest with you. At this point, we don't even know. That's how much in its infancy it is.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much.
Anyone else wish to address the board? We'll move on to the controllers. I'm sorry, Councilman, Town Clerk's agenda.
Yes.
Town Clerk's agenda, April 23rd, 2019, Town Board meeting. Public hearings, amend zoning code 218-20.1, emergency residential generators, and annex 1002 King Street into Town of Mount Pleasant Consolidated Sewer District. Receive signed contract with CSEA for Horizon Dental and Gold 12 Vision Plans. Receive 3 planning board resolutions. Vembanil, accessory apartment, 98 Eastview Drive, Valhalla, New York, 10595. Yusuf, accessory apartment, 13 Summit Place, Valhalla, New York, 10595. Perry, accessory apartment, 48 Galloway Lane, Valhalla, New York, 10595. Receive requests for liquor license waivers for Barley on the Green, 110 Nanahagan Road, Pleasantville, New York, 10570. Gordo's North Restaurant Corp., 1006 Broadway, Thornwood, New York, 10594.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to council reports. Councilman DiPaolo.
thank you, Mr. Supervisor, Honorable Board, and good evening to the public. On behalf of the Comptroller's Office, there are 2 items on the agenda this evening. The first is the Comptroller's memo from the Attorney's Department for Bond, Schoeneck and King, $758.50 is the total. Out of the Building Town Hall budget for alarm specialists, $570. FRM Mechanical for some restroom repairs, $550 for a total of $1,120. Out of the Off-Street Parking Fund, New York State Department of Transportation for some commuter parking, Marble Avenue. Total is $2,690. Adult Programs budget, Jujamson Groups, $7,939.50. Out of the Youth Day Camps, Cortland Lanes, 300 Campers Bowling Excursion, that's $3,900. Out of the Planning Board budget for Cleary Consulting, February Project Administration, $1,000, and March Project Administration, $1,000, for a total of $2,000 out of that budget line. Out of the Highway Snow Removal line for Chemung Supply Corp., new blades, shoes, and guards for some of the plows, $5,286. Out of the Energy Efficiency line for Amazon Capital Charging Station, $199.99. And for RJG Electrical Contracting for some receptacle installations and transformer installations. The receptacle installation was $285, the transformer installation $400, for a total out of that line of $884.99. Out of the Capital Joint Water District Fund, Jokin Development, some water main work over in the Old Farm Hill District for $42,182.92. Kensico Capital Projects line, Amazon Capital, some supplies for some water main extensions, $1,224.81. Also out of Kensico Capital line, iBuy Stores, some concrete and asphalt, some propelled concrete saw, and that is, for the concrete, it's $852.74. For the propelled concrete saw, it's $7,696. Kenco Corporation, also out of that line, some pipe, $1,680. A total out of the Kensico Capital Projects line for $11,453.55. Mount Pleasant Consolidated Sewer District, Amazon Capital, some water main extension in the Kensico Water District, $291.78. Out of the Joint Water District Fund for LOZ Electric, Some lighting work, $6,210. And for Amazon Capital, some water main extension work, $437.67, for a total out of that line for $6,647.67. Mechanical Water District line, AquaSmart corrosion inhibitors, $1,826.26. Kensko Water District, LOZ Electric for some lighting work, $18,308. Also LOZ Electric, replacing some LED fixtures, 6 of them, for $1,577.50. And that's a total out of that line for $19,885.50. Out of the trust and agency escrow line, Cleary Consulting, some work on Bradhurst, $125. Sawmill River Road, $125. 290 Columbus Avenue, $125. 400 Columbus Avenue, $125. 465 Columbus Avenue, also $125. Cleary Consulting again for DSC Home Builders, $2,750. Cleary Consulting for 152 Hardscrabble, $875. Cleary Consulting for 332 Elwood, $625. Cleary Consulting for 20 Broadway, $312.50. Cleary Consulting for 98 Eastview, $250. Cleary Consulting for 132 Woodland, $562.50. Cleary Consulting for 315 Old Sawmill River Road, $875. Cleary Consulting for 13 Summit, $812.50. Cleary Consulting for 500 Commerce is $875. Cleary Consulting for 400 Columbus Avenue, $1,125. Cleary Consulting for 48 Galloway, $500. And Cleary Consulting for 1 Zeiss Drive, $625. And we have Cleary Consulting for the North 60 project, $6,000, and Cleary Consulting for 190 Sawmill River Road for $125. The total out of the trust and agency escrow line is $16,937.50. And the comptroller's memo grand total is $123,804.17, respectfully submitted by Mr. Brian Keneally. I would move for approval to pay the bills.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And second item on the agenda is the comptroller's office is seeking authorization for us to amend town hall department head credit card policy. Basically to amend it for 2 department heads, and they would be David Smith and Brian Keneally, to raise their credit card limits from $2,500 to $5,000. This credit card limit was set a long time ago, back when $2,500 was a reasonable limit to have. No longer the case these days. So in order to do the business, day-to-day business in town, they are requesting we raise that limit to $5,000 in those 2 departments. And also, as an addition to that, to remove Mr. Peter Ciliano as an authorized user from the credit card account since he has retired. I would move for approval.
Motion by Mr. DiPaolo,
Second?
second by Ms. Agadez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We've come a long way with credit card policy in the town of Mount Pleasant. We had one card that was used for numerous departments with a $500 credit limit. And one person goes to use the credit card and they found it over the limit. They couldn't purchase what they needed to purchase. So there's no way to run a town with the kind of budget that we have.
That's true.
Councilman Saliano.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My report is from the police department. I believe we have 5 items for you for this evening. The first item is a purchase order, is for patrol rifle modifications. The vendor is JP Enterprises. The total cost is $1,067. Respectfully ask the board for a motion of approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The second item is the supervisor's purchase order for police car radios. The vendor's Motorola Solutions. This was for radios for cars PD40 and PD60. The total cost was $2,083.02. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks. The third item, Mr. Supervisor, is a purchase order for light fixtures for underground post lights. The vendor is Light Concepts. This is for 7 light fixtures at $404 each. The total price was $2,828. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Haggis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The fourth item is authorization for conditional offer of employment for 3 police officers, effective April 24, 2019. We've received a letter from our chief. I would respectfully request conditional offers of employment are made to the following persons: Mr. Andrew Mancusi of Hawthorne, Ms. Kiana Oliva of Valhalla, and Mr. Kirk Baker of Valhalla. Each of these individuals have passed their initial screening process. Additional background investigation and testing is currently ongoing, and it's signed our Chief of Police, Paul Oliva. I move for approval for conditional employment for these officers.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks so much. And the last item, Mr. Supervisor, is authorization for police executive training. This is from May 13th to 14th. And again, this is a seminar that would address relevant topics to include handling of officers involved shooting. The chief and the captain are scheduled to attend. The cost would be approximately $280 per person. The total cost being approximately $560. I would respectively request permission to authorize this training. And I move for approval for this training for our officers, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Haggis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks so much. Have an excellent evening. Thank you.
Councilwoman Smalley.
Thank you. This evening's report is from Parks and Rec. There are 8 items. The first item being Purchase Order 70-19-16, Ball Fields Clay Sand Mix. The vendor is Custom Clay in Syosset, New York. The first load or delivery is for 40 tons at $65 a ton. The second load is 40 tons, again at $65. And the third load is 40 tons at $65 a ton. The total cost is $7,800. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item is Purchase Order 70-19-17 JTR Bus Service for 2019. The Recreation and Parks Department will be contracting with JTR for the charter bus services for the senior citizen trips for 2019 as listed on this purchase order, and they range from March 19th to December the 11th. The total cost of that contract, which is in effect, is $18,100. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item, number 3 on the agenda, is authorization to hire John Batista as a pool director. Contract was effective as of February 1st, 2019. John works from February 1st, 2019 through September 30th, 2019. During the preseason of February to March and the postseason in September, Mr. Batista will earn a salary of $30 an hour with a maximum earning cap at $3,000. May to September, he will be the director of the pool, earning $16,707. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item, number 4 on the agenda, is the authorization to hire Daniel Malone as an after-school instructor, contract effective January 2nd, 2019 through June 28th, 2019, at a rate of $100 per session. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Ms. Haggis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 5 is authorization to hire David Fierst as recreation assistant, contract effective April 1st, 2019 through June 28th, 2019. This is to teach after-school magic. David will be paid at a rate of $100 per session. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is very important. It's item number 6 on the agenda, memo number 28. Recreation request authorization to increase the salary of Dorothy Canabucci and Sandy Valoroso kitchen helpers from $14.24 an hour to $15.25 an hour, contract effective January 1st, 2019. The total number of meals served through the nutrition kitchen from 2017 to 2018 has increased by approximately 2,500 plus meals.
Wow.
These employees are responsible for the organization of the kitchen and making sure all of our participants in the OEA nutrition program are fed. We have attached the meal report for 2018. It is on file in the Superintendent of Parks and Recreation and the Office of Elderly Americans offices if necessary for anyone to review. So again, this is an increase in salary for 2 very hardworking individuals and also a reflection on how well Lori Gonzalez, the director of OEA and the nutrition program, has outreached the community here in Mount Pleasant to provide this very, very important service for our residents. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second?
second by Ms. Haggerty. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is memo number 29, authorization to hire 5 seasonal groundskeepers effective May 13th, May 20th, and June 24th, 2019. Their names are listed on the memo: Manuel Corona, Nicholas Izzo, Vincent Tully, and Joseph La Hoyta. Move for hourly rates are between $12.50 and $13 an hour. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is authorization for Jackie Abate, office assistant, to receive out-of-title pay with a contract effective date of January 1st, 2019. This individual has been filling in for a vacancy in the Department of Recreation. She has assumed additional work that is above and beyond what she's originally employed for. Jackie would receive 5 hours of pay for work day at her assigned rate of $28.99 an hour and 2 hours of pay on her workday at a rate of $44.01 an hour. It is recommended that this out-of-title pay was effective with the contract as of January 1st, 2019. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Just a reminder for day campers, parents, registration's ongoing, as is pool registration, and just a public service announcement on behalf of Pleasantville Strong and the town of Mount Pleasant. The Narcan instructional class will be held on May 9th at the Community Center here in Valhalla from 7 to 9 p.m. It's an important class. I urge everyone that can make it that evening to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Haggerty.
Good evening. Thank you very much. I have 2 items on my agenda for the Highway Department. The first is from Michael Reck, the Deputy Highway Superintendent, and it's an authorization to release bond for curb cut permit 1464. And this was work performed under the following curb cut permit, and it's been completed and the road restored to my satisfaction. So the request is to please forward to the Office of Comptroller for the release of the bond to Anya Paternostro, and her address is 329 Linda Avenue, Hawthorne, New York, and the amount is $195. So I move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggerty,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The second item is a purchase order 501907, which is crack sealing. And my colleague has promised not to elbow me when I say that. Anyway, so this is for, the vendor is the Gorman Brothers Inc. crack sealing quote, and it is to the town of Mount Pleasant. and it is in the amount, the unit price, hold on. The description is 600 gallons of crack sealing material for various roads in the town of Mount Pleasant. The unit price is $21.25 per gallon plus $9.50 per gallon for traffic control provided by the contractor. This will be the pricing as long as we exceed 300 gallons of crack sealing material per day. Please note, if we use less than 300 gallons of crack sealing material per day, the unit price will then be $24 per gallon plus $15 per gallon for traffic control provided by the contractor. The anticipated amount is $12,750, $9.50 per gallon times 600 gallons is $5,700. The total anticipated amount is $18,450. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Hagadis,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Move on to our town attorney's report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. We have two tax certiorari settlements today. The first one is for Colleen and Leonardo Pacheco at 3 Rebecca Lane in Pleasantville. It's a section block and lot 106.6-2-12. It's in the Pleasantville School District, and it will be a refund of $200, and it is for 1 year, 2018. I'd ask for approval of that settlement. We negotiated this with the attorney for the property owner. Jim Timmons looked at it, our town assessor, and the school district has approved it also.
This is one tax cert, or are we doing two?
We're gonna do two total. Want to do that one first?
We have one resolution for the both of them we
Okay.
revised.
And then the second one is for Bank of New York Mellon, Manville Lane, Pleasantville, section lot and block is 99.15-1-4. Also in the Pleasantville School District, and the refund is $1,700 for a single year, 2018, and that is also approved by our assessor and school district. So that's for a resolution to approve both settlements.
Motion to approve tax certiorari settlements.
To make a motion for approval for the tax certiorari settlements, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Mr. DiPaolo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The last item is our schedule of meetings. Our work session will be May 7th, 2019 at 7 p.m. Our business session will be Tuesday, the 14th at 8 p.m. There will be no meeting next Tuesday. It is the 5th Tuesday of the month, so you'll get a night off. If there be no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.